Yo, hope you're well. Guy with a massive pimple on his forehead here, and today I'm going to be breaking down a 220 layer 3-minute song I wrote about losing trust in love. This is my latest song, B4UGO, and yeah, as you can see, 220 layers. It's probably closer to like 150. I just haven't cleaned it up as well as I could have, but makes for a better YouTube title, so we're going to run with it. I've actually already filmed this video, but it ended up being a 20-minute thing. So I'm doing it again, and I'm going to try and be a little bit more concise today. And I'm breaking this down because someone on the second channel wanted to see the layers, and I thought, why not? Let's do it. So hopefully the second recording will be all good. The song has 3 main sections: intro, bridgey build kind of section into the final big chorus. And these 2 sections sound super different. They were actually 2 different songs. In each of these sections, I break down the vocals, instrumental, and drums. And I think that's going to be a good way to just keep it to the point. So this song started when I found this. This was a TikTok I saw in October 2022, and I just love the sample.
Someone write a song to this.
I heard that and I instantly had the first line. So I pulled the sample in, pitched it up an octave to make it weird. I don't know why. From the get-go I wanted this song to be weird, but I think I was just running with the quality being bad already from TikTok. And put it in, pitched up, and recorded these vocals.
Yeah, I don't know if things will be okay. I don't know any more than you.
Vocals here, I've got 2 doubles pan left and right that are doing the same melody as the lead.
Getting tired of all the games we play.
Some of the notes are wrong, but it adds to the feeling of it. And then I also doubled that lead again and pitched that up.
I don't know any more than you.
If we come down here, we'll have a look at the drums. These are pretty simple. We'll get to that in a second. But these samples aren't processed at all. They have a reverb on them that is part of what we're hearing there, but it's a lesson, I think, in sound selection. These sounded good to me, and so I didn't really go in on them, EQ anything out. I can hear some low end that I could have taken out, but whatever. The song's out. I like how it sounds. Anyway, that cool little part there is my friend Pocket Dimension. This is a plugin by Freakshow Industries. You can go to their website and steal their plugins. Not that I definitely do not endorse that. I definitely didn't do that. But you can go on and get their plugins for free. And the reason that they say is, we don't want you to pirate plugins and get viruses, so you have the option to steal our plugins. This is fantastic. So I've automated it to come on to make these drums all weird and filter into the next section, or transition rather. That is drums in the first little bit there. Instrumentally, we have the sample that I've already shown you, and then just an 808 that was from an 808 pack for Serum that I downloaded. Getting a little bit creative with it. As we transition into this next kind of pre-chorus, it has a big vocal stack. This is the same thing again, vocals pitched up, just more of them. With the normal lead, and then the lead at the end here has a nice reverb automation on it that gives a lot of atmosphere. And I've automated the pitch correction to turn off as I do that glide up to the next note so that it doesn't just hit it hard with tuning. If I turn this up, you'll hear what it sounds like. Just flicks between the notes. That wasn't what I was after. So turn it off. You get a nice glide. Which of course was reliant on me getting the right take, but we got there. How many takes did I do? 11, 12. We got there. Drums are the same through here. Instrumentally, little chop up in this guitar sample. Chopped up and pitched up. Just kind of cool. Then we transition into the pre-chorus. kind of a pre-chorus, kind of a massive minute-long build into the final chorus, but only difference here with the vocals is I've added a double doing an echo of the lead vocal. That's a combination of Logic stock stereo delay and RC20. The main thing doing stuff there is the digital sound. Adds a beautiful texture to it, and it's not actually sidechained out. It doesn't duck out with the main vocal. It's pretty intense.
Let me tell you what you are.
Adds a feeling of magic to it. It's nice and delicate, I think. Instrumentally through here, not a lot changes until we get to this part, which is Simplant starting to do some work as we build up to the final big chorus. I've also added some drums, percussion loops that open up towards the final chorus to give it a sense of development.
Let me tell you what you are.
This is the main percussion loop in this section. It has 4 plugins on it. First is Shaper Box, which changes the rhythm. Vocal Synth, which completely changes the texture. Again, very weird. EQ that is automated throughout this section to, as I say, give it a sense of development. And then Echo Boy, which puts it in a weird space. And you'll hear as we get closer, it's opening up. I have some tonal stuff that helps with the transitions. There's nothing better than hearing clicks in your audio when you go back into it after the song's already been released. Here with the drums, as we get closer to the chorus, it kind of goes into an EDM 4 on the floor kick kind of build. Now Simplant comes in here, it's being arpeggiated, but the reverb on Simplant is all the way up, which kind of makes it feel like a pad with a little bit of rhythm, a little bit more to it. That's that synth. Then the other synth that comes in and is kind of more obvious with the arpeggiator is this one. And then that one washes out again, to make it feel like we're going somewhere. And we are, we're going into this final chorus. Why has my mini meter stopped working? Everything's falling apart, guys. I was gonna have to use Subway Surfers clips if that didn't come back on, but it's back, so we're all good. So first things first, in this section we have lots of weird vocal chops and Simplant chops. Vocal chop number 1. Accompanied by a lot of weird Simplant stuff that I have bounced to audio and then chopped up. And then with the vocal chop sounds like this. Then it goes into a vocal chop, which is, I'll show you the original vocal for this, and then I'll tell you how I've made it sound like this. Here's the original vocal. And then I put it into Freakshow Industries again. You can't see it on the chain here because I've bounced it to audio, but it went into Freakshow Industries backmask, which does all sorts of weird stuff to the audio. It doesn't really chop it, it reverses it and stretches stuff, pans it, makes it sound different, and I just love bouncing out the results from it and then chopping up bits that I like. And this was the result of that. So kick and snare with lots of little percussive bits and pieces to keep some interest. So the kick is Umro. The snare, I just found the right one, not via Umro. And then let's see what this is. Okay, excuse the profanity on the chain, but this is something that I do on drums to make them more interesting sometimes. If I have the pattern laid out and the samples sound just about right, but it's not quite hitting, I'll create a bounce version of all the drums together, pitch it up an octave and put some sort of reverb before a distortion, and then an EQ cutting out the lows afterwards, and you just get this huge layer that adds quite a bit. That's with that pitched up layer. I'll take it out now. That's with it again. It just adds dimension, more weirdness, makes it more your own. And the instrumental in this section has 2 basses, Simplant doing really bad sounding things, and a vocoder. The basses, instruments, and vocals are all being sidechained to the kick and snare by a gain plugin rather than a sidechain compressor, because I just find you get much more control out of the shape and can choose how much it hits depending on a kick versus a snare. And then the final thing to go in on is the final thing I added in the song, and that's these final vocals. I said final a lot just then. I found this idea for a vocal at the end here and went crazy with the layering. I'll show you these vocals. Here's the main lead. Now the thing that's doing a lot here is Primal Tap, making those glitchy, echoey kind of sounds on the sides, and you can automate the timing of each side so that it creates a cool effect, and you'll see I've done that along there. Then I doubled this a lot of times. Did some octaves down. Then in this section, I screamed a little bit. And it wasn't quite feeling full enough when I recorded those, so I found a Kashmir sample. And in a weird way, it sounds like that is doing the same lyric as these ones. I'll show you how this sounds together. And then it narrows down into one clean vocal at the very end there. But yeah, then altogether, this final section sounds like this. I hope you enjoyed this video. We've got quite a lot of new people around here. I'm super grateful to have you here. If you have any questions, drop a comment. I'll be happy to answer anything that I might have missed. I'll link the lyric video at the end of this video, and I'd love it if you checked it out. But yeah, thank you for being here, and I will see you in the next video.